Tribes, We Need You to Lead Us by Seth Godin explores the power of leadership in a modern, connected world where individuals no longer need permission to inspire and mobilize others. The book challenges the traditional notion that leadership is reserved for those in high-ranking positions, arguing instead that anyone with passion and vision can build a tribe, a group of people united by shared values, interests, and a common goal. Through a combination of case studies, personal insights, and marketing principles, Godin explains how leadership in the digital age is about creating movements, not just managing people. The Internet has removed barriers to communication, making it easier than ever for individuals to connect, influence, and create change without relying on traditional structures. Godin begins by defining what a tribe is. He explains that tribes have always existed throughout human history, whether in the form of religious groups, professional organizations, or fan communities. A tribe consists of people who share a common interest and a way to communicate with one another. Leadership, in this sense, is not about command and control but about inspiring and uniting people around a cause. The book emphasizes that modern technology, particularly social media, has made it possible for anyone, anywhere, to gather and lead a tribe. The barriers that once limited leadership, such as the need for significant financial resources or corporate backing, have disappeared, making it possible for individuals to start movements from their living rooms. One of the book's key arguments is that people are hungry for connection and meaning. In a world where traditional institutions often feel impersonal and rigid, people are searching for something to believe in. Tribes offer a sense of belonging, purpose, and shared identity. Godin asserts that leaders are not those who simply tell others what to do but those who give people a reason to care, a sense of mission, and a connection to others who share their values. He provides numerous examples of individuals who have built tribes in different fields, from business to activism to entertainment, showing that leadership is not about power but about creating something that people want to be part of. A recurring theme in the book is that leadership is a choice, not a position. Many people assume that leadership is bestowed upon them through promotions, titles, or authority, but Godin argues that real leaders emerge by taking initiative. Leadership is about stepping forward when others hesitate, speaking up when others remain silent, and taking action when others wait for permission. The book encourages readers to recognize that they don't need approval to lead, they simply need the willingness to inspire and connect others. The best leaders don't seek validation, they create movements that people naturally want to follow. Godin also dismantles the myth that leadership requires technical expertise or years of experience. Many of the most influential leaders started with no credentials, only a deep belief in their cause. He highlights examples of bloggers, entrepreneurs, and activists who became leaders not because they were the most qualified but because they were the most passionate. The book reinforces the idea that leadership is about storytelling, vision, and the ability to inspire, not necessarily about being the smartest person in the room. One of the biggest obstacles to leadership, according to Godin, is fear. People fear rejection, criticism, and failure, and this fear prevents them from stepping up. The book argues that most people are conditioned to seek approval, follow rules, and avoid making waves, but true leaders embrace discomfort. They understand that pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo will always attract resistance, yet they do it anyway. The ability to embrace fear and uncertainty is what separates leaders from followers. Godin encourages readers to view criticism not as a sign of failure but as evidence that they are doing something meaningful enough to provoke a reaction. A central idea in the book is that the biggest enemy of leadership is mediocrity. Many organizations and individuals settle for the status quo because it feels safe. They follow outdated rules, avoid risks, and blend in rather than stand out. But Godin argues that the most successful leaders are those who refuse to accept good enough and instead push for remarkable, unconventional, and bold ideas. He urges readers to reject mediocrity, take creative risks, and do work that matters. The goal is not to appeal to everyone but to deeply connect with the right people, the members of their tribe. Godin also explores the idea of heretics as leaders. He explains that throughout history, those who changed the world were often seen as troublemakers at first. They challenged norms, broke rules, and questioned authority. Whether it was Steve Jobs in technology, Muhammad Yunus in microfinance, or social activists pushing for change, leaders were often the ones who dared to disrupt the established order. The book encourages readers to embrace their inner heretic, to question assumptions, challenge old ways of thinking, and be willing to disrupt industries, workplaces, and communities in the pursuit of something better. Another important theme in the book is the role of connection. Leadership is not about having followers for the sake of numbers, it's about fostering real relationships. A successful tribe is built on trust, communication, and shared purpose. Leaders don't just talk at people, they engage with them, listen to their concerns, and create spaces for conversation. The book stresses that the most powerful tribes are those where members feel heard, valued, and connected to something greater than themselves. Godin argues that marketing and leadership are deeply intertwined. Traditional marketing relied on mass advertising and interruption, but in today's world, people ignore ads and seek authentic connections instead. The leaders who succeed are those who don't try to sell a product but instead create movements. Whether it's a brand, a political cause, or an artistic movement, the best marketing comes from building a loyal tribe that spreads the message organically. The book provides real-world examples of businesses that have succeeded by focusing on community and storytelling rather than traditional advertising. A striking insight in the book is that leadership is not about pleasing everyone. Many people avoid leadership because they fear upsetting others, but Godin makes it clear that trying to make everyone happy leads to bland, ineffective leadership. The best leaders take a stand, knowing that not everyone will agree with them. In fact, opposition and criticism are often signs that a leader is doing something significant. Instead of aiming for universal approval, leaders should focus on serving their tribe passionately and authentically. The book also touches on the idea that leadership is scalable. A tribe doesn't have to be massive to be impactful. Even a small, dedicated group can create meaningful change. The key is not size but engagement. A tribe of a few hundred passionate individuals can be more powerful than a million passive followers. The book encourages readers to focus on depth rather than breadth, cultivating genuine relationships and inspiring deep commitment rather than chasing superficial numbers. One of the final messages of the book is that the world needs more leaders. Too many people wait for someone else to take charge, but the reality is that there is no shortage of opportunities to lead. Whether it's in the workplace, an online community, a local neighborhood, or a global movement, there are countless chances to step up. Godin ends with a challenge to readers: stop waiting for permission and start leading. The future belongs to those who dare to take initiative, inspire others, and build meaningful tribes. Ultimately, Tribes, We Need You to Lead Us is not just a book about leadership, it is a call to action. It reminds readers that they don't need authority, permission, or credentials to lead. They simply need passion, courage, and the willingness to connect people around a shared mission. By stepping into leadership, individuals can transform their careers, communities, and the world around them.